All right, I can't believe it, Ryan. Thank you. As we mentioned, it is exactly a week before most of the kids go back to school. For some, it has been more than a year since they've been in a traditional classroom. But there are some ways you can help your child prepare for that transition, especially if they're nervous about it. And joining us right now with more is Dalena Dillman-Taylor. She is Associate Professor of Counselor Education and the Director of UCF Center for Play Therapy Training. Great to see you, first of all. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thanks. Okay, so let's talk first about, especially if we're just a week away, what should parents be doing right now to help their kids get back into that routine?
One of the most important things is to start a consistent routine, something that's predictable for kids as we lead into that. So whether that be starting your bedtime routine at the same time every night, waking up at the same time, perhaps having family dinners at the same time, pieces of your routine that can be predictable, I would start doing that now.
All right, that's good advice. And it's been a while for some of these kids, right? They haven't been in a classroom for a while. And some of them really live off of the fear of their parents, right? If mom and dad are super fearful about getting back in the community, then the kids become super fearful about it.
Yes, I think that's a really good important point of what's going on right now. And so it is being mindful of what are we doing that's kind of contributing to that overall, anxious feelings or behaviors that children might be having. How can we reflect on what we're going through ourselves before we have those conversations with our kids? And actually having some conversations with our kids. So it's not this huge unknown lingering, oh, we're going back to school next week, but really sitting down and talking about, hey, how are you feeling about that? What are you thinking about? What's going on that you really want to kind of talk with me to see if I can help address some of those fears?
Well, and I think, too, and you bring up a good point about sort of doing a check of yourself first, right? Because if we're constantly having those conversations and the kids are within earshot and they can hear mom and dad are scared, right, then they are going to take that fear with them everywhere they go.
Absolutely. So I think some of the things that parents can do with that is, not watching the news when your kids are awake, having those conversations after they go to bed at night, and if you do have those conversations with your kids, do it in an age appropriate way. So break down that for the kids and really allow your child to guide that conversation. A lot of times, because we are, living off of our own fear, we may be answering questions that they're not even worried about right now, but now we've put that out there for them to start thinking about and creating more of those fears that maybe we could have avoided.
And Dalena, listen, going back to school is hard anyway, especially for the kids in the transition, right? If you've got a kid going from into kindergarten or into middle school or into high school for the first time, adjusting is hard anyway. What advice do you have for parents going through those transitions?
I think for any of those types, I think going from now forward is really working with your family to create some predictability at home so that you can have some of those daily conversations to talk about, maybe starting with 2 questions at the dinner table every night. Hey, what was one thing that really excited you today? What was the one thing that you were really nervous about? And that way they can start talking through or thinking about the things that they're going through with someone that they really trust and they care about.
I think that's great advice. All right. And of course, a new pack of pencils doesn't hurt. Always good to talk to you, Dalena Dillman-Taylor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much, Amy. It was great to be here.
Take care.